Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that affects literally everyone, your digital toolkit. India's economy is changing at an absolutely insane speed, and having the right skills, well, it's not just about getting a promotion anymore, it's about staying in the game. So we're going to break down exactly what you need to know to not just survive, but to really thrive. Let's get into it.
So let's kick things off with a number that's pretty hard to wrap your head around. $1 trillion. That's what India's digital economy is projected to be worth by 2025. This isn't just some slow, gradual shift, folks. This is a massive tidal wave of change, and believe me, it is reshaping every single job in its path.
Okay, so what does that trillion-dollar wave actually mean for you, for your career? It means this: 70%. Yeah, according to top sources like NASSCOM and the World Economic Forum, that's how many jobs right now demand digital skills. The ground is completely shifted under our feet. What used to be a nice little bonus skill on your resume is now the absolute price of entry.
And that brings us to a really critical question. And I want you to be honest with yourself here. When you look at your current skills right now, are they an asset pushing you forward, or are they turning into a liability, kind of holding you back? The whole point of our chat today is to help you answer that question with total confidence.
You see, the big challenge we're all up against is what the experts call the digital skills gap. Think of it like a giant chasm opening up between the skills that companies are desperate to find and the skills that most of us actually have. And what's causing it? Well, it's the super fast rise of things like AI, cloud computing, and data analytics.
This quote just nails the new reality perfectly. IT literacy has transitioned from an optional skill to a core requirement for employability. Let that sink in for a second. This isn't about everyone suddenly needing to become a professional coder. Not at all. It's about having the fundamental ability to work and think in a modern digital job. It's just non-negotiable now.
So, if that skills gap is the big problem, what's the solution? Well, it's all about decoding IT literacy. Seriously, think of this as your digital passport. It's the one thing that unlocks all the new opportunities and lets you navigate this new world without feeling lost. So let's break down what it really means.
So what is IT literacy anyway? It's so much more than just knowing how to turn on a computer. It's the ability to find information, figure out if it's reliable, use it effectively, and even create new things with digital tools. But here's the most important part, the part a lot of people miss: doing it all responsibly and ethically. It's basically critical thinking for the digital age.
To make this super clear, let's break it down into 4 foundational pillars. First up, you've got technical proficiency. That's the basics, just being comfortable using the tools. Next is information literacy, which is huge, right? It's about finding truth in a sea of digital noise. The third is digital safety and ethics, knowing how to protect yourself and act responsibly online. And finally, and this one might be the most important, is adaptive learning. Just having that mindset of always being ready to learn the next new thing, especially with AI changing so fast.
Okay, now we get to the really practical stuff. This is where the rubber meets the road. We're going to build out your professional toolkit for 2025. These are the specific must-have skills you need to be working on like yesterday. Let's start with the absolute basics, the foundation of the whole thing. Basic computer operations. That's your bedrock, especially now with so much remote work. On top of that, you have to be a pro with office productivity tools. Think Google Workspace or MS Office. These are everything for handling data and collaborating with your team. And finally, sharp digital communication skills. That means everything from being a good researcher online to mastering tools like Zoom and Slack. These are the essentials. No getting around them. Now let's talk about the skills that will make you really stand out. First, emerging tech awareness. You don't have to be an expert, but you need to know what tools like ChatGPT can do and understand the basics of cybersecurity. Then, there's data literacy and digital ethics. This isn't just about reading charts, it's about understanding big things like India's DPDP Act on data privacy, so you can use data in a way that's both powerful and responsible. And finally, problem solving with IT. This is about going beyond just using the tools and starting to innovate with them to solve real problems.
So, what's the big payoff for building this toolkit? Well, for starters, you get a massive edge in getting hired in the fastest-growing industries. You'll also boost your own productivity, using AI to handle the boring stuff. You're building that crucial mindset of being a lifelong learner. And, on a bigger scale, you're actually becoming a part of what drives huge national projects like Digital India. All right, let's zoom out for a minute. This whole digital revolution has the power to reshape our entire society. But it's putting us at a fork in the road, presenting a fundamental choice.
Is this going to be a force that empowers everyone, or is it going to create even deeper, more painful divisions?
And the two possible futures are really stark. On one side, you have the challenges, that growing digital divide between cities and rural areas, skills becoming outdated faster than ever before, and not everyone having access to good training. But on the other side, wow, the opportunities are incredible. We're talking about huge economic growth, better digital infrastructure for everyone, and a booming demand for people who have the right skill.
And that leaves us with this final, really powerful question to think about. Will this digital revolution be something that lifts everybody up, or is it going to leave millions of people behind? You know, the answer isn't set in stone. It really depends on the choices that all of us make right now to try and bridge this gap. So the real question is, what part are you going to play?